New job working for King Charles protecting royal family's secrets has £50,000 salary. King Charles is currently looking for a new data protection manager at Buckingham Palace. King Charles is searching for someone to fill the role of data protection manager at Buckingham Palace, it has been announced. The role, which has been advertised on the official Royal Household Career website, notes that the salary for the hiring role is £50,000. The candidate will be in charge of protecting royal family's secrets as well as keeping in line with changes in regulations, legislation, and best practice. The role will require the candidate to work from Monday to Friday, with the role spanning 37.5 hours per week. Hello viewers, please remember to subscribe and click on the notifications bell icon, so you will be notified whenever we upload new cookies about the British royal family. Based at Buckingham Palace, the candidate will be in charge of data protection compliance and establishing metrics to report to governance boards, overseeing the delivery of subject right requests and assist with the management and investigation of any data-related breaches and managing the data protection advisor and support their development. The ideal candidate will also hold a responsibility in engaging with the Information Commissioner's Office. According to the essential criteria of the ideal candidate, applicants will be required to have a relevant qualification in data protection, have broad knowledge of management processes, and be a natural problem solver. The role also requires the candidate to be organized and adaptable, have great communication and interpersonal skills, and be capable of influencing decision-making. The closing date for applications is next Sunday, February 16th. Meanwhile, King Charles and Queen Camilla celebrated a night of Italian cuisine with a Hollywood star and Italian ambassador to the UK earlier this week. On Friday, the royal couple invited the Italian-American Devil Wears Prada actor and well-known foodie Stanley Tucci, as well as the Italian ambassador to the UK, Inigo Lambertini, to Highgrove House in Gloucestershire. David Beckham, who is known for his close bond to the royal family and became an ambassador of the King's Foundation last year, was also in attendance alongside his wife Victoria Beckham. King Charles and Queen Camilla beam as they enjoy outing in Sandringham. King Charles and Queen Camilla were all smiles on Sunday as they stepped out to attend a church service in Sandringham, Norfolk. Photographs taken during the morning showed the pair beaming and waving at royal well-wishers as they walked side by side in the brilliant sunshine. Ever the thrifty royal, His Majesty, 76, looked smart wearing a herringbone coat with deep pockets that is owned for over 40 years. He paired the winter garment with a dapper suit and some trusty brogues in dark brown. Queen Camilla, 77, meanwhile, wrapped up warm in a chic aubergine-hued belted coat and a pair of killer suede boots. The mother of two accessorized with a leather handbag, statement gold hoop earrings, and her trusty faux fur-rimmed hat in a charming sandstone color. The royal couple are regulars at the Norfolk Church in light of its close proximity to Charles's sprawling Sandringham estate. The monarch's Norfolk base is set amid 8,000 hectares and boasts a working farm, impressive gardens, royal parkland, and rental properties. It also serves as the go-to destination for members of the royal family over the Christmas period. Speaking to Country Life in 2021, the King revealed his plans to turn Sandringham into a fully organic operation, that he told the publication. Since the beginning of the 1980s, when I first had responsibility for managing some land in my own right at Highgrove, I have wanted to focus on an approach to food production that avoids the impact of the predominant, conventional system of industrialized agriculture, which, it is increasingly clear to see, is having a disastrous effect on soil fertility, biodiversity, and animal and human health. The father of two added, "It has always seemed to me somewhat logical to embrace a farming system that works with nature and not against her, thus restoring the lost fertility and carbon sequestration capacity of the soil on which we rely for our very existence upon this planet." At the start of this week, Charles paid an important visit to Poland to remember and mourn the millions of Holocaust victims in a service marking the 80th anniversary of the liberation of Auschwitz. He was joined by a number of European royals including King Willem-Alexander and Queen Maxima of the Netherlands, Spain's King Felipe and Queen Letizia, and Denmark's King Frederick and Queen Mary. During the moving service, the king with other heads of state and government laid lights in memory of those who died. Ahead of his visit, the monarch told guests at a Buckingham Palace reception, "I feel I must go for the 80th anniversary. It's so important." King Charles and Queen Camilla woo Aberdeen as Don's hero gushes about top 3 moment. King Charles and Queen Camilla have wooed the Granite City as the pair met a host of faces in the northeast on Monday. The king praised a 99-year-old D-Day veteran as a great example to us all, as he toured a regimental museum in Aberdeen. And elsewhere in the city, Camilla met students, a composer and a professional footballer, as well as enjoying a musical performance during a visit to the University of Aberdeen. The couple have been in Scotland since last week, having spent the Christmas break at Sandringham. Charles, 76, was delighted to meet Jim Glennie, who served with the Gordon Highlanders during World War II. As an 18-year-old private, he was part of the invasion force which landed at Sword Beach on D-Day. He was later wounded in action and taken prisoner, spending the remainder of the war in Stalag IVB. He and other soldiers made their own way back to Allied lines when their German guards deserted them as the Russians approached from the east. Upon seeing the king at the museum, Mr. Glennie greeted him cheerfully and said, "Long time no see." The king told him about a portrait of Mr. Glennie he had been shown at the museum, saying it looked terrific and promising to send him a message when he turns 100 in August. The king said, "You're a great example to us all. If I may say so, you really are." As the Duke of Rothesay, Charles was appointed Colonel-in-Chief of the Gordon Highlanders in 1978 and remained so until its amalgamation with the Queen's Own Highlanders in 1994. He was the Gordon Highlanders Museum to meet with volunteers and see new renovations to the venue. During the visit, he was shown a family heirloom from the First World War, a kilt worn by a soldier who was wounded so grievously he was declared dead only for his status to be amended to wounded in action the next day. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to like this video and drop comments. And most importantly, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss anything.